Yo, what's good, y'all? In this video, I'm gonna show you guys a new 4-3-3-5 formation that I discovered, and I'd like to say that I invented. This formation does use a false nine, and I've used this formation last week in league and also to get to elite division. I had a lot of success with it. I went 20-0. This formation really helped me fight against 71 depth compared to other formations where I was struggling to find open players in the midfield and things like that. This formation really helped me find a lot of space in the midfield to pass around and play progressive ball instead of running down the wing and stuff. So if you don't like playing cutbacks, if you try to play possession, slow build up, or fast build up, but just build up in general, this formation is going to be perfect for you. This right here is the squad, obviously, that I used. I'm going to go over specifically what players are going to need for this formation because this formation is a pretty demanding formation for your players. You can't really use this formation if you don't have the appropriate players, and I'll go over that in a moment, but I want you guys to remember the squad that I have right here, and I'll go over exactly what players to use in just a moment when I show you guys the formation. And before I go over I wanted to just plug my links real quick. Follow me on Twitch. I do stream Pro Clubs content, and I do plan on streaming other Ultimate Team content as well. I'm thinking about doing things like live coachings for free, obviously, and other cool things, so follow me on Twitch. Also join my Discord where you can ask questions, show your squad, ask for formation questions, anything really, and also to just sub in general because the ratio right here, as you can see, is pretty interesting. So yeah, and now onwards with the instructions. Going to custom tactics, ultra attacking is what I have it set to, and then obviously you can see right here I always use balance for defensive style, primarily because things like pressure on heavy touch and press after possession loss, which are two popular defensive styles, when you go against higher skilled opponents, people will know how to counter these really well. So normally balance is probably like the most conservative way you can play, the safest way you can play, while also still being a really solid defensive style. And then 45 width, primarily because the thing with width when you have 4 defenders, a misconception is the fact that 45 width, people tend to think that, oh shoot, you're going to leave a lot of space open out wide, when this is really not the case. With 71 depth, you're going to see in a moment, the problem is the fact that 71 depth automatically sets up the overload ball side tactic. And what this means is basically the side the ball is at, your team's defense is going to overload and basically cover really demanding or really strong. So instead of leaving space out wide for the other team to run into, your team's just going to go up and down vertically to cover space that's needed. Really, the more narrow you get, consequences aren't there. This is hard to explain without visualizing it, but you'll notice that with 45 width, your team's still going to be very strong defending on the width. You just have to make sure that obviously you're not making defensive mistakes and letting the other team's winger in behind. So you have to be really careful when you defend still, but yeah, just keep in mind that with 71 depth, as you'll see in a second, 71 depth activates the overload ball side. So you won't get the cons of having a narrow defense. You'll still get a wide defense. However, they're going to be focused on overloading the side of the field that the ball is on. And then obviously, if you've seen all my videos, you know that I use 71 depth on everything. And like I said, it does incorporate the automatic overload ball side, and it also does an offside trap in the team press. So really, depth at 71 is insane. And then build up play, it's on fast build up right now. However, I would recommend you guys start with balance first. The only reason I was doing fast build up is because I wanted to play risky. Fast build up, I've been using it to get my evolutions done. So normally if you use fast build up, you're better off using it when you're playing against a team that is holding the ball a lot, and you can't really you want to take the risk, I guess, because fast build up throws more plays up the field. However, normally if I'm playing like against a normal player, I would use balance, and I recommend you guys use balance first to start off. If things aren't working out, if you're struggling to find open players, then you can use fast build up, but normally balance will do the trick just fine because balanced is, as the word suggests, is balanced. And then obviously direct passing. Hopefully I don't have to explain why we use direct passing because I've done so in every video. But for those that have seen this video for the first time or have seen my channel for the first time, balanced and direct passing combined is very strong. With direct passing, it allows a mixture of the players getting open and running around and finding space while also still having players that get in behind and make through runs. So you basically get the best of both worlds. And then with width, you'll see that I chose specifically 44. It might be a confusing number, but I want it to be just under 45 while not going below 40. So I chose exactly 44. And I found that, honestly, I feel like 44 is the golden number right here out of everything you can see so far. The reason why I chose 44 was because I'm not a player that likes to switch the ball around. I try to maximize the amount of options closest to me, because as you can see, the meta is switching the ball from one side to the other a lot, and I'm not a fan of that, So I try to make a formation that doesn't have to do that and maximizing the amount of options open in the midfield. So I chose 44. And with a lower attacking width, it's not necessarily like, oh, you're not going to have players on out wide, because one, this formation still has wingers. However, just like the 45 width on defense, the players are going to be closest to the ball at all times. So relative to your own side of the field, there's still going to be players that are close to the touchline and still able to challenge the fullbacks. Also with 45, when your wingers make through runs in behind, they're going to tuck in between the center backs and the fullbacks rather than being on the outside of the fullbacks. That way, when you get a through ball, you'll have a direct chance to score without having to do much instead of going for the cutback, you know? So 44 I found is a perfect number for me, and I've used that pretty well. And then 6 players in the box. You want to use 6 because you're not going to actually have 6 run into the box. However, 6 is going to act as a limit for how many players are going to make through runs or runs in general. So you want to use 6 with this formation, and I'll go over why when I go over the instructions, the player instructions, but 6 is probably the best number you can use. 3 corners, 3 free kicks. You guys can do what you want right here. I know players that would rather do 1, and honestly, it just depends on how you want to play your corners. I like to be more risky with my corners, and I like to play certain ideas that I have, so I use 3. And then going over the instructions real quick. So first, let's go over what players you're going to need in specific. So your 2 wingers, you need to have very, very fast wingers. Their shooting doesn't matter too much, but their pace and dribbling are very, very essential. You can have 85, 80 shooting here, but you're going to need 90 plus pace, absolutely. And then your striker right here, or your center forward, your false 9. I'm using Rafael Leao. However, you can use basically anybody here that has good dribbling, good pace, and good passing. So you can put Messi here. You can even put Bellingham here. It doesn't really matter because this position right here is more of a free roaming position. They're going to be everywhere on the field in the attack. They're just going to go into wherever they have space. So don't worry too much about this position, but just put someone here that you expect will be good at anything that they're going to be needed to do in the attack. So Messi would be perfect, or you can put Bellingham here. It's up to you really. And then right here, it gets a little bit more confusing. Right here, you're going to pick 2 midfielders that have good attacking stats. And then behind them is a center defensive mid that's going to be like a destroyer that catches everything and is basically like another defender. And then you're going to need at least 1 fullback to have very good attacking stats, because with one of the fullbacks you're going to be attacking with. Now to go over their instructions, your left and right winger, both of them are going to have the same thing. You're going to have them on basic defensive support, cut inside, get in behind, and get into the box for cross. These guys are going to actually act more as strikers rather than actual wingers. However, in the build-up, they're going to be wingers. So when you get into the box, or when you get close to the box, they're going to be basically strikers. You're going to notice they're like left striker and right striker, while this guy right here is just going to be free roaming, trying to find a space for him where he's going to be available to get the ball to his feet. That's why this guy right here is on mixed attack, because we're going to let the AI determine what to do with this guy whenever we're in the attack. While these guys here, you'll notice that in the build-up, they're going to be with the fullback, but then as you get closer to the end of the field and to the box, they're going to cut in closer and closer and closer into becoming strikers. That's why we have cut inside on them and get behind. So remember that. That's why we said we wanted high pace on them. And then your striker right here, as we went over, stay central because there's no use for them going out wide. And then mix attack. That way they're mixing up what they're doing and doing different things rather than doing the same thing over and over again. Don't forget, with this formation, we're maximizing the amount of passing options. Having everybody go on getting behind is just going to ruin that. And it's going to be hard to get possession ball out of that. So having him on mix attack will give him the ability to go wherever there's space for him to get the ball to his feet. And then your 2 center mids right here. I'm going to go over specifically what I'm doing, and then hopefully you find a way to incorporate that with your team. So on the right side, this is my number 10. Get forward, cover center. Everything else on default. With Salah right here, he's a left-footed player with the finesse shot trait. So I have get forward on him, but not get into the box for a cross, because with him in the build-up, he gets right to the edge of the box, sometimes to the left of the right winger, sometimes on his right, and he's always going to be in a perfect position for his finesse shot. If you guys use Salah, you know his finesse shots are absolutely cracked. So I wanted to maximize his finesse shots, and with him out wide, I feel like there wasn't that many opportunities for him to get the finesse shot because he's always too close to the defender. However, with Salah right now, he gets more space on his left foot to take crazy long shots, and I've made so many long shots with him lately. So him right there, if you have a player like Griezmann, Son, anyone with finesse shot plus, even Rapinoe, I'd absolutely put them in this position because they're going to get a lot of long shots. Make sure they're on get forward and cover center, and they're going to be insane. And then Modric, again, he's a number 8 and he plays as a box to box. He's going to be everywhere and he's absolutely insane. The reason why he's on this side as well is because not only does Salah have the finesse shot trait, but Modric has the Trivela plus trait, and those are also very, very good for long shots as well. So I'm able to put him right there, and he's still going to have plenty of opportunities outside the box to take really good long shots with his Trivela plus. So basically what you want to remember is, obviously you're going to want like a number 10 player right here, and then a number 8 box to box. So you can put on the left side right here, you can put Bellingham, Modric, Kevin De Bruyne, really anyone that's good with anyone that has really good all-rounded stats. And then right here, like your more primary attacker, you know, Salah, Griezmann, Son, really anyone that has very good attacking stats and could basically be played like up front as well. So yeah. And then Llorente, I'm sure everyone's familiar with Llorente. Cut passing lanes, stay back while attacking, and cover center. He's just going to be a primary CDM. He's not going to go up. We don't need him to go up. He does have the stats to go up, but I don't need him to. So cut passing lanes, stay back while attacking, and cover center is going to be perfect for him. And then your fullbacks. One fullback is going to be on stay back while attacking while overlap, and then the other one is going to be balanced attack and mixed run type. To be specific on which one you want to put on that attacking run to be on balanced, notice how with Salah I have him on get forward. But let's say you had a player that's right-footed and has finesse shot, that means you would have no choice to put him on the left side, right? So since I have Salah on get forward, Carvajal is going to be on balance. However, if I had a player that's right-footed and has finesse shot trait, which I believe Rapinoe has the right foot and has finesse shot trait. If you have Rapinoe, you'd obviously have to put her on the left side on get forward, and then the right side would have to be on mix. So Rapinoe would be right here, and if she's on right here and she's on get forward, you would want the person that's at left back to be on mixed attack. That way, you have an asymmetrical set of passing options, if that makes sense. Because with get forward and then mixed attack, you'll have a different type of passing options on different sides of the field. You're gonna have a more progressive set of attack passing options on one side of the field, while the left side's going to be a more safe, more conservative side of attacking and passing. This is also really similar to the 4-3-2-1 that a lot of pros incorporate into their teams and streamers as well. You'll notice that a lot of streamers do the exact same thing. Just keep that in mind that with this, you're able to have one side of the team that's focused on getting the ball into the box, and on the other side is more for maintaining possession and finding passing options and keeping possession, basically. And then yeah, your two center backs, stay back while attack. For your center backs, make sure you have players like these two right here, Blanc and Thiago Silva. The things that they have in common is they both have Anticipate Plus, and with Anticipate Plus, they basically have like a second sense when it comes to defend. They're absolutely cracked when it comes to defending because they just do things that you don't even expect them to do. If you guys seen how insane VVD is, it's because, well, not only is he just huge, but he has Anticipate. It's like it gives him like enhanced AI. Like I said, if you've played against VVD, you just know that VVD is absolutely insane. It's because he has Anticipate. Now Thiago Silva and Blanc have Anticipate Plus, which is even better. And even though they're not as strong as VVD, Anticipate Plus is easily the best playstyle you can get on a center back. So keep that in mind. An important tip to keep in mind when you're attacking with this formation is to try your best to find attacking passing triangles. What this means is in the build-up, what you want to do with this formation, since you have three midfielders and then you also have a center forward that's going to act as a midfielder as well in defense and run into space where he can get the ball to his feet, you're going to have a lot more attacking options. So what you want to do is pass the ball within your wingers, your midfielders, and then your fullbacks, as well as your center backs. Pass the ball, keep it moving, keep it pushing. And then also, don't be afraid to take long shots if you have the appropriate players. So if you have players like Son, Salah, and you have them in the positions that I told you to put them in, you'll realize that they're going to score a lot of goals, especially if you can get the green time finishing in. They're basically perfect for this formation. Like, a lot of my goals have just been from long shots. They're really reliable, and this formation is really good when it comes to long shots because I just get so many openings for it. But yeah, this formation is honestly, so far, is my favorite formation. And I know I've used a lot of formations. You can see all my previous videos. I have a ton of different formations made. So far, this is my favorite, and I'm not lying when I say that. I've made a lot of formation videos in the past, and I know I've said that the 4-2-3-1 is my favorite. However, right now I've been using the 4-3-3-5, and it's basically like, I can't imagine going back to any other formation, primarily because this formation does what I thought would not be possible in this game, and it's basically allow for possession buildup. I've been playing too many other formations that maximize, things like cutbacks and playing like a rat. This formation feels like I'm not playing like a rat anymore, if that makes sense, I'm able to build up, I'm able to make a lot of passing sequences where I'm able to do even first touch passing and build up so fast, and then I'm able to do things like long shots, or I'm able to build the ball into the box and find a perfect position to score from. So I'm really grateful for that, and I'm really proud that I made this formation. So let me know if this formation worked out for you guys. I'm sure it will. I'm pretty confident it will, because I know the 4-3-3-5 has lately been covered as like a hidden gem of a formation. So I'm confident for you guys it'll work out great. Let me know how it goes in the comments, and yeah, peace. That's a goal. That's a goal. That's a goal. I told you that's a goal. Wow.
Banger, bro.
Wow.
What the hell? Lube
I
is
just
back,
knew it.
bro.
I just 0.00, of course. We defied the odds around here. 0.00, of course. We defied the odds around here. 0.00, of course. 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 0.00, of co
Eek. Oh my days, fam.
And they rage quit.